All right. So, you sent over all these articles
Yeah.
about crypto predictions for 2025, Chainlink, Cardano, Solana.
Big ones.
Yeah, the big names, but then also like some newcomers,
Right.
JetBolt, Web3 Bay, all these things. And so what we're trying to do here is figure out, are any of these actually worth like keeping an eye on in the coming year?
Well, it's fascinating to see how these like established players are responding to these, these new kids on the block. I mean, this market moves so fast.
Yeah.
And just seeing who's innovating and who's,
Right.
just trying to hold on is going to be key.
Exactly. So let's jump right into it with one that everyone's buzzing about, Chainlink, all about connecting blockchains to real world data, which is, super important for DeFi and just other applications that need reliable information.
Yeah.
What stands out to you about their potential?
Well, I think the fact that Chainlink is being used in Brazil's central bank digital currency pilot program.
Okay.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
You've got Swift, Microsoft, now a government.
Huge names.
Yeah, backing their tick. I mean, if that kind of adoption keeps happening, Chainlink's value could absolutely skyrocket.
Yeah, and some sources are predicting it could hit like $63 or even $85 next year.
Yeah, this.
They're also launching a staking program soon.
Oh, wow.
Which could make things even more interesting.
Well, staking is a smart move for them.
Yeah.
I mean, not only does it incentivize, holding on to Link, but it also makes the network more secure.
Right.
I mean, that's attractive to both investors and developers that are building on Chainlink.
Now, shifting gears a little bit to Cardano.
Okay.
They seem to be taking kind of a different approach.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this focus on sustainability with the eco-friendly proof-of-stake model.
Right.
How does that position them in the market, especially with all this concern about crypto's energy consumption?
It's a savvy move, especially as more investors become environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
And, their integration with Bitcoin's OS bridge to expand liquidity options also shows they're serious about competing in DeFi, a space that is absolutely exploding right now.
Well, the price predictions for Cardano are a bit more conservative.
Yeah.
Potentially reaching like $15 by 2025.
Okay.
Seems like they're playing the long game.
Right. Slow and steady growth can be, more appealing than a sudden spike that might not last.
Exactly. Speaking of rapid growth, though, we have to talk about Solana.
Oh, yeah. Solana, the speed demon of the crypto world.
Solana's the speed demon of the crypto world. It's all about fast transactions and low fees.
That's right.
Which makes it attractive for all those DeFi projects that need things to move quickly. How are they achieving this? What's the secret sauce?
Well, their proof of history consensus mechanism is a big part of it. It allows for parallel processing of transactions.
Wow.
Which is how they're achieving those incredible speeds.
So they can do multiple things at once.
Exactly.
Okay.
Solana is already seeing massive growth.
Yeah.
And if those speeds stay consistent as they scale, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Some analysts are even predicting it could reach
I've seen those.
$300 or more by the end of 2025.
Wow.
They're constantly innovating, too.
It's true.
With upgrades like Solana 2.0 and the FireDancer Validator client. It's almost like they're saying, hey, everyone else.
Yeah.
Try and keep up.
It's an aggressive strategy for sure, but, that kind of ambition is what often drives major breakthroughs in tech. Now let's dive into these newcomers, starting with JetBolt.
Okay.
They're claiming 0 gas fees.
Bold claim.
Which would be a huge deal.
It would.
If they can pull it off.
Yeah.
What do you make of that promise, especially for someone who might be
new to crypto and not even sure what gas fees are?
Well, gas fees have been a major obstacle for a lot of people wanting to use crypto.
Yeah.
If JetBolt can actually eliminate them, it could open up blockchain to a whole new audience.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where dApps and blockchain games are accessible to anyone regardless of their budget.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is.
They're still in pre-sale. But the fact that they've already sold over 200 million JBolt tokens shows there's definitely interest.
Yeah, people are paying attention.
Yeah, it's a bold claim.
Yeah.
But if they deliver, this zero gas technology could really disrupt the space.
Disruption is a constant in the crypto world. Yeah. That's what makes it so exciting.
Speaking of shaking things up, Web3 Bay is trying to revolutionize e-commerce.
Interesting.
With its blockchain-driven platform. They're promising transparency, lower fees, and here's the interesting part, community involvement
in
platform decisions. That's a pretty big departure from the way traditional online marketplaces operate.
Right.
What are your thoughts on their approach?
Well, it's a smart way to leverage the decentralized nature of blockchain. Giving token holders a say in how the platform evolves could foster a really strong community and differentiate them from the e-commerce giants. And if they can deliver on those lower fees, that's a big draw for both buyers and sellers.
Yeah, they've got a unique tiered pricing structure in their pre-sale too. Which seems like a way to reward early supporters and potentially offer a good return on investment.
Early adoption can be risky.
True.
But it can also come with big rewards.
Of course.
If the project takes off.
And then there's BlockDAG, another newcomer already making waves.
All right.
They're trying to blend blockchain and DAG technologies.
Interesting.
To create a platform that's even faster and more scalable.
Ambitious.
I mean, they've already raised over $172 million in their pre-sale so clearly.
Someone believes in their vision.
Yeah, someone believes in their vision.
That amount of funding definitely turns heads.
It does.
It'll be interesting to see how BlockDAG balances the security of blockchain with the speed of DAGs.
Right.
If they can pull it off, it could change how we think about high-volume transactions and the types of applications that blockchain can support.
They're also offering this unique bonus program.
Oh, okay.
Called BDAG 400, which rewards early investors and encourages them to hold on to their tokens for the long haul.
That's a common tactic to encourage stability and discourage, the kind of rapid buying and selling that can lead to these wild price swings.
So we've got Chainlink riding the wave of government adoption. Cardano playing the sustainability card. And Solana pushing the boundaries of speed.
Pushing it to the limit.
And then you've got these newcomers like JetBolt and Web3 Bay bringing entirely new ideas to the table.
It's a dynamic landscape, and that's just scratching the surface. We haven't even touched on XRP Polkadot or the growing role of oracles.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack.
There is.
But before we get into that, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be back in a moment to dive even deeper into these crypto predictions.
Looks good.
And what they could mean for you.
I'm ready when you are.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how much innovation is happening, in this space.
Yeah.
But with all these new players, it's easy to forget about some of the projects that have been around for a while, like XRP.
Yes. XRP, always reliable, consistently in the headlines.
Right.
It seems like they've been quietly building their network and focusing on real-world use cases, particularly in the world of finance.
Exactly. They're not just chasing hype.
Right.
XRP is all about facilitating fast and cheap cross-border payments. And their partnership with Ripple, a company that's working directly with financial institutions, gives them a serious edge.
It's interesting to see how XRP has managed to stay relevant. Even with all the new competition, their price is currently hovering around $2.25, which shows a certain level of stability, even when the rest of the market is going through wild slings.
That resilience comes from their focus on utility.
Right.
They're solving a real problem for banks and payment providers.
Yeah.
Plus, Ripple has been scoring some major wins with regulators.
Okay.
Even getting approval for a New York sanctioned stablecoin called RLUSD.
Those regulatory victories are crucial.
Yeah.
It seems like mainstream adoption hinges on getting the green light from governments and financial institutions.
Absolutely.
Some analysts are even predicting that XRP could hit like $5 to $7 by 2025 if this momentum continues.
While that's certainly a possibility, some experts are a bit more cautious.
Okay.
They point to ongoing regulatory hurdles that could still slow down XRP's growth.
Right.
It's a reminder that this market is still evolving and nothing is guaranteed.
That's a good point. Speaking of navigating a complex landscape, let's talk about Polkadot. They're tackling the challenge of interoperability.
Okay.
Basically getting different blockchains to talk to each other.
Interesting.
It seems like a pretty ambitious goal.
It is.
But could be incredibly important for the future of the crypto ecosystem.
Absolutely. Right now, many blockchains operate in silos.
Right.
Which limits their potential. Polkadot wants to create a truly interconnected network where data and value can flow freely between different chains. Think of it as the internet of blockchains.
And they've just rolled out their 2.0 upgrade, which seems to be attracting a lot of developer interest.
Yeah, a strong developer community is essential for building out the applications that will make this interoperability vision a reality.
You can have the most innovative technology in the world.
Yeah.
but without developers building on it.
It's going nowhere.
It's going nowhere.
It's exciting to see how Polkadot is fostering that growth.
Yeah, with DOT currently priced around $7.21.
Okay.
And predictions suggesting it could go as high as $24 by 2025.
Right.
It seems like there's a lot of potential upside.
There's definitely a lot of room for growth, especially if Polkadot can deliver on its promise of a truly interconnected blockchain ecosystem.
Right.
It could become a foundational layer for Web3, the next iteration of the internet.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from established players like Chainlink, XRP, to newcomers like JetBolt and Web3 Bay.
Right.
It's clear that the crypto world is incredibly diverse, with projects tackling a wide range of challenges and opportunities.
It's this constant innovation that makes the crypto space so dynamic and exciting, and it's not just about making money.
Right.
Many of these projects are driven by a desire to create a more open, transparent, and equitable financial system.
It's inspiring to see how much passion and creativity is being poured into this space.
Yeah.
But with so much information flying around, it can be tough for someone new to crypto to know where to even start.
Well, it's crucial to remember that the crypto market is still young and volatile.
Yeah.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Definitely not.
Doing your own research, understanding the risks, and never investing more than you can afford to lose is absolutely essential.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Diversifying your portfolio, spreading your investments across multiple projects can also help mitigate risk.
Absolutely.
But beyond the financial aspect, it's important to remember that crypto is about more than just money.
It's about challenging the status quo, exploring new possibilities, and empowering individuals. It's about building a future where technology works for everyone, not just a select few.
So as we continue our deep dive into these crypto predictions, let's keep that bigger picture in mind.
Absolutely.
The projects we're discussing are not just lines on a chart. They represent ideas communities and a vision for a more decentralized future.
And it's as we delve into some of the more technical aspects of these projects, I think you'll find that the technology itself is just as fascinating as the potential financial gains.
I completely agree. Let's take a closer look at some of the underlying technologies that are driving this crypto revolution, starting with the concept of oracles.
Oracles are fascinating because they bridge the gap between the blockchain and the real world.
Okay.
They provide a way for smart contracts, which are self-executing agreements on the blockchain, to access data from the outside world. Think of them as data feeds that allow blockchains to interact with real-world events and information.
So, for example, a smart contract could use an oracle to get the latest stock price, the weather forecast, or even the results of an election.
Exactly.
Without oracles, blockchains would be isolated systems, unable to tap into the vast amount of data that exists outside their digital walls.
Exactly. And that's where Chainlink comes in.
Okay.
They're the leading provider of Oracle solutions.
Right.
And their technology is being used by a growing number of blockchain projects.
Yeah.
Remember that Brazilian CBDC pilot program we talked about earlier? Chainlink is playing a crucial role in that.
Wow.
By providing secure and reliable data feeds.
It's amazing to see how Chainlink has become this essential piece of infrastructure for the blockchain ecosystem. And their growth is a testament to the increasing demand for robust and trustworthy Oracle solutions.
It's clear that oracles are becoming increasingly vital as the crypto world expands and becomes more interconnected with the real world. They're the key to unlocking a whole new level of functionality and use cases for blockchain technology.
And speaking of exciting developments, let's shift our focus to another project that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible with blockchain. BlockTag.
BlockTag is truly unique in its approach. They're not content with just building another blockchain. They're aiming to combine the best of both worlds, the security and immutability of blockchain with the speed and scalability of directed acyclic graphs, or DAGs.
It's a complex concept, but essentially they're trying to address one of the biggest challenges facing blockchain technology today, scalability. Traditional blockchains can be slow and expensive to use. Especially when handling a large volume of transactions.
Exactly. BlockDAG's hybrid approach aims to solve this by allowing for parallel processing of transactions, much like Solana's proof of history mechanism. But they're also incorporating elements of blockchain technology to ensure security and prevent double spending.
It's a bold vision, and it's no surprise that they've managed to raise over $172 million in their presale.
Wow.
It seems like investors are eager to see if BlockDAG can deliver on its promise of a truly scalable and secure blockchain platform.
That level of funding certainly speaks volumes about the confidence people have in their team and their technology.
Yeah.
And remember that BDAG 400 bonus program.
Right.
It's a clever way to incentivize long-term holding and foster a stable community.
It's fascinating to see how BlockDAG is challenging the conventional wisdom about what a blockchain can be. They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see how their technology evolves in the coming years.
And that's what's so exciting about the crypto space.
Yeah.
It's a constant evolution with new ideas and technologies emerging all the time. There's a sense of possibility and experimentation that's truly contagious.
I couldn't agree more. But before we get too carried away with the future, let's bring it back to the present and talk about what all this means for you, our listener.
Okay.
What are the key takeaways you should be considering as you explore this exciting and ever-changing world of crypto?
Well, first and foremost, it's crucial to remember that this is a marathon, not a sprint. The crypto market is still in its early stages, and there will be ups and downs along the way. Don't let the hype or fear dictate your decisions.
That's right. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement, especially when you see headlines about people making fortunes overnight.
Right.
But it's important to approach this space with a level head and a long-term perspective.
Exactly. Do your research, understand the risks,
Yeah.
and invest only what you can afford to lose.
Right.
And remember, diversification is your friend.
Yeah.
Spreading your investments across multiple projects
Right.
can help to mitigate risk and increase your chances of success.
That's sound advice. And beyond the financial aspects, it's also important to remember the values that underpin the crypto movement.
Right.
Decentralization, transparency, and empowerment.
These are the principles that are driving innovation in this space. And they're the reasons why so many people are excited about the potential of blockchain technology to change the world for the better.
So as you navigate the complex landscape of crypto, keep these values in mind.
Absolutely.
Don't just chase the hype. Look for projects that align with your own beliefs and aspirations.
And remember, the crypto world is a community. Engage with others, ask questions, and share your knowledge. The more we learn from each other, the stronger this movement will become.
It's truly inspiring to see how this community is coming together.
It is.
To build a more decentralized and equitable future.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up our deep dive, there's one more project we need to discuss.
All right.
And it's making waves with its unique approach to community governance and user empowerment, Web3Bay.
Web3Bay is a fascinating example of how blockchain technology can be used to disrupt traditional industries, in this case, e-commerce. They're challenging the centralized model of platforms like Amazon and eBay by giving users a direct say in how the platform operates.
Their focus on transparency, lower fees, and community involvement is definitely turning heads.
It is.
But how does this community governance actually work in practice?
Right.
What does it mean for users and token holders?
Well, Web3Bay is built on the principle of decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs. This means that token holders have voting rights on key platform decisions, such as fee structures, new features, and even marketing campaigns.
So it's like a cooperative where users have a direct stake in the platform's success.
Exactly.
It's a radical departure from the top-down approach
of
traditional e-commerce giant.
Exactly. And this model has the potential to create a more equitable and sustainable ecosystem. Where both buyers and sellers benefit from the platform's growth.
Web3Bay is still in its early stages. But their innovative approach and their focus on community empowerment have definitely put them on the map. It will be fascinating to see how their platform evolves and how their model of community governance plays out in the real world.
It's a bold experiment, and one that could have a significant impact on the future of e-commerce if successful Web3Bay could pave the way for a new era of online marketplaces where users have more control, transparency, and ownership.
It's definitely a project to watch closely.
It is.
And with that, I think we've covered a remarkable amount of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
We've explored everything from established players to ambitious newcomers, from technical innovations to philosophical underpinnings.
It's been an incredible journey, and I hope our listeners feel equipped with the knowledge and insights they need to navigate this exciting and ever-evolving world of cryptocurrency.
But before we sign off, I want to leave you with one final thought. With all these predictions and potential breakthroughs, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement.
It is.
But I'm curious, what does this all actually mean for someone listening right now? They've got these articles, they're hearing us talk. How do they make sense of it all?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway here is that the crypto world is growing up.
Okay.
We're moving past the days of just Bitcoin and pure speculation.
Right.
Governments are getting involved. Institutions are taking notice.
Yeah.
And every day people are starting to see the potential of blockchain beyond just making a quick buck.
It's like we're finally seeing the real world applications start to take shape.
Exactly.
We've got projects focused on decentralized finance, payments, e-commerce, even the way different blockchains can work together. It's a far cry from the early days of just trying to understand what a blockchain even is.
Right. And that's important for anyone listening to understand. This isn't just about picking the next hot coin. It's about understanding the underlying trends, the problems these projects are trying to solve, and how they might actually change the way we interact with technology and with each other.
But let's be realistic. There are still challenges.
Oh, of course.
We've touched on regulation, scalability, security.
Right.
Those are big hurdles that the industry needs to overcome if it wants to truly go mainstream.
Absolutely. And let's not forget volatility.
Right.
This is still a young market.
Yeah.
And prices can swing wildly.
Yeah, they can.
Anyone thinking about investing needs to understand that risk. It's not for the faint of heart.
Which is why doing your research is so crucial.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly follow the hype.
Right.
Look into the team behind a project. Understand the technology. Think critically about whether they're actually solving a real problem.
And remember, there's no shame in starting small.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you need to go all in on one project.
Right.
Diversification is key. Spread your investments. Learn as you go.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. The crypto community is surprisingly welcoming.
It is.
And there are tons of resources out there to help you learn.
It's that willingness to learn and explore that I think is at the heart of this whole movement.
Yeah.
There's a sense of possibility of pushing boundaries, of building something new and better. And that's pretty contagious.
It is. And it's that spirit that I think will ultimately drive crypto's success.
Yeah.
It's not just about the technology. It's about the people using it,
Right.
The communities forming around it, and the shared belief that we can do things differently, more transparently, more equitably.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
I
want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
We've explored these predictions. We've looked at the potential.
Right.
But now it's time for you to decide, what role do you want to play in this crypto revolution?
Are you going to be a passive observer watching from the sidelines as this technology reshapes the world around you?
Yeah.
Or are you going to be an active participant, learning, experimenting,
Right.
and maybe even contributing to this exciting and rapidly evolving space?
The choice is yours, but one thing is for sure. The future of crypto is being written right now.
Yeah.
And it's a story that everyone has the opportunity to be a part of.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.